Assalamualaikum Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Izra Rasendria. My student ID is 22060555422. On this day, I will solve an optimization problem using Die5 problem solving method. Okay, first, here are the problem. Find two numbers whose sum is 60 and whose product is maximum. Okay, using the first step of Die5, we have intention. Now, in this step, we can analyze the question and find the objective, which is find two numbers whose sum is 60 and whose product is maximized. We can use a numerical method to determine the maximum product of two numbers x and y given their sum is 60. Okay, now we can move on to the next step of Die5, which is initial thinking. In this step, we can break down the information we can get from the question, which is we need to maximize the product of two numbers under given constraint. And sum of the two numbers must be 60. And we can express one number in terms of the other using the constraint example like x plus y equals 60. Okay, now we move on to the next step, which is idealization. In this step, we can idealize our approach on how we want to solve this problem. We can get some equation from two equation actually. First we have the sum, which is x plus y. This is a constraint equation, and we have the product, which is x times y, which is our objective function. Okay, from this equation we can calculate it, which is where we move on to the next step, which is instruction, where we already have these two function, and we can try to solve it. First, we have the constraint function, where the S is stand for sum. The sum is 60 equals x plus y, and then we can move the x to the other side, where we can get 60 minus x equals y. From this we can get y, which is 60 minus x. Then we can move on to the objective function, where we can calculate x times y, where y is 60 minus x. We get 60x minus x square. From this equation, we can have the derivative of this equation. We can have the p accents equal 60 minus 2x equals 0. Now we can eliminate the 2x by adding up 2x to this minus x. When the 0 we can plus 2x, where we can get 60 divided by 2 equals 2x divided by 2, which we can get eventually x equals 30. Now we already have the x function equation equals 30. We can solve dy. we move on to back to the constraint function where we put x equals 30 where 60 minus 30 equals 30. Now we already have x, and we can solve y also um, by adding up the 30 where we can get y equals 30. From this we can solve the objective function where the product is times y, which means 30 times 30 equals 900. Now we already solved this equation. Now we can move on to the next step, which is problem analysis, where we evaluate the solution and what we get from this equation. So we already know the critical point where x equals 30 and y equals 30. This um, this x and y is where we can get the maximum product, which is 900, but sums up to 60. So the answer to this question is where the maximum product is 900 and the x and y is 30. And it still sums up to 60. Okay, I think that is my um, effort to solve this optimization problem by using die5. Thank you for watching.